So basically, I just figured I'd join to see if there's anything interesting happening, any interesting announcements, but I'm certainly not going to see any stereo tonight.
Well, I really appreciate your loyalty, your dedication. Yeah, that's something that you just can't do with an eye patch. But really appreciate seeing you, and I'm glad your vision is going to improve.
Yes. And so actually I do have
Station.
one announcement.
Yeah. That,
So if anybody has been following my Mid-Journey cats, uh, basically I expect to have a new version out tomorrow, and I've set up a groups.io, which I put in the chat, that you can subscribe to email updates every time I have a new version out or for any discussion. So if anybody's interested, it's in the chat.
All right.
So, a fun, interesting thing, my dad helped develop the tool used in the cataract surgery. He worked with Kelman
Mhm.
back in the 60s. Um, so the ultrasonic probe that sucks the lens out,
Mhm.
they kept accidentally sucking out the entire eyeball.
That's not a good thing.
No.
Not a good thing.
So he came up with this little hack of putting a hole on the side. So if it would get blocked, you'd still have pressure release. And at the time, he thought, this is good enough. Somebody's going to come up with something better. Well, decades later, he went to the Kelman, the guy who invented it, because he needed cataract surgery. And that little hole, bypass hole, was still being used.
Amazing.
And yeah, to this day, it's still part of the instrument.
Yeah, well, I mean, the surgery has gotten better and better over uh, the years. And so, I mean, my doctor was
Yeah.
telling me for years, I should do it, I should do it, I should do it. And I figured, I don't want somebody cutting my eye. But
Mhm.
eventually it got to the point where, my vision was, you know, not as good as it needed to be. I had to, even with glasses, I had to struggle to pass the vision test for driving. And, my uh, uh, doctor told me, you need to do it now, otherwise you may find you can't drive. And so I said, okay, I'll do it.
Yeah.
And so now with my right eye, I can pass the vision test with no glasses.
Hmm.
Well, that's
Yeah,
great
I
to
mean,
know.
the implantable lens was invented by a Japanese person, and it's amazing you really need both the surgery and the implantable lens to make the whole replacement work.
Hmm.
There's a PBS documentary on the guy Kelman, a really fascinating guy.
I'll have to look for that.
Yep.
Thanks, Jay.
Yeah. Thanks, Jay. And thanks, Herb.
Oh, and if you've seen in the Photo 3D list, there's this guy Willem who made a new camera app for the room.
Yes.
Yeah, and I just tried it. It works, and you could get 3.8-second exposures.
Yeah. So that's the Bluetooth thing that they were talking about.
Well, it can be used with Bluetooth, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is an app
Uh,
specifically for the LoomPad camera.
yes, specifically for LoomPad. And I say he just added the 3.8-second exposure.
Mhm. Yeah. So
So,
interestingly, I mean, when I first got my Loom Pad, I tried using it as a camera, and I said, I don't want a camera this big. And so, I mean, I know it can be used as a camera. I use it a lot as a viewer, but I'd rather use, either, W3 or the Beam Pro as my camera.
Well, Jay has proven that the Loom Pad is a serious stereo camera, and regardless of its size.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, thank you, everyone. Let's get the slideshow started. We have a big show tonight. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. If you need a link to one of our slideshow live streams, that's in the chat. And bear with me while I set this up.
So take care, folks. See you next time.
We'll see you later. Thanks for dropping by, Herb. All right. If you are following along on the Zoom screen share, you should see our welcome slide. Before we start the slideshow, just one update. We had our last live event of 2025. That was last week, Thursday, October 30th, our screening of Robot Monster at the Internet Archive. We had a great turnout, between 30 and 40 people, mostly hipsters and hippies. I don't know if they're really our target audience. We did start the show with selections from our Stereo Vision slideshow. Very well received.
Between 30 and 40 people, mostly.
I'm getting some feedback. If you could please turn the volume off of your device. Thank you. And we had some information about the club and distributed some of our stickers left over from Maker Faire. So we'll see where that leads us. The Internet Archive was very appreciative. It's our last official live event of 2025, but I'm trying to put something together for us for early December, so stand by for that. And with that, let's start our slideshow, beginning with one by Jay.
There's a text. Oh, there it goes. Successfully connected was showing up on the screen, but it's good now.
Sorry about that. The title of this is Good Boy.
Yeah, so I'm in New York, and on 42nd Street, there's a technology showcase. Just various gizmos, but no 3D displays. And the robot dog was walking around and very friendly, and so with the Loom Pad, I took a few shots.
There's our Loom Pad.
Did you give it a high five?
Yes. Yeah, shake hands. Yeah, I think there's a guy on the side controlling it, so not fully autonomous. Next time I go, I think I'll toss him some double A's.
And tell us about this framing you've done, having the two
uh,
images side by side.
I just thought one was too boring, so I just used Stereo Pro Maker to combine them. I like extended the canvas size, and on the right was a logo placement.
Yeah, really nice. I like how the paw, I guess it is extending through the window for the high five dog. Very nice. Thank you, Jay. I guess we'll be seeing more of those. Perfect example of what the Loom Pad camera is capable of. Jay, are you using this this new camera app for the Loom Pad?
just got it today,
All right.
but I will for the motion entry.
Okay. Well, I'll try it myself too. All right. Thanks, Jay. Melinda, you're up next with Banana Man.
Yeah, so this is my favorite sunset observation spot. I and so many other denizens of San Francisco kind of accumulate here for the event, and then everybody goes their separate ways, and there's always something interesting going on. And this day I was just walking through and saw this guy standing here with his banana. I didn't see him take his first bite, but he was standing there in that pose for such a long time that I just decided to sneak up and take a picture. And yeah, I like all the kind of social interplay that's kind of going on here. I can kind of imagine all kinds of things going through his mind. And it was also an interesting compositional challenge. I would normally uh, crop out everything on the to the right of that boat back there or something. Um, and I and so I naturally tried that, but it wasn't working, and I couldn't figure out for a while what was wrong because compositionally it was good, but then eventually I realized, well, it's because the guy looks like he's kind of looking out to sea, and we don't know what he's looking at or thinking. And then when I crop that out, the effect is that he's looking off screen, and that was sort of definitely wrong. So I kind of needed the extra space just to show that there's nothing there. That's about it.
Nice.
Thanks.
You must have been very stealthy to sneak up so close.
I've had practice.
You do. You do.
I'm sure that some people saw it too, but nobody said anything. And I was pretty quick too. It's not like I lingered. I was pretty much just walking past and paused just long enough to take the snap.
Yeah, you're a pro. You do this all the time. Great light also. I guess this was near the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you can see the long shadows. It's
Yeah.
just it looks lighter than it was. Um, Probably creating the contrast kind of lost some of the sunset colors, but yeah, you can see the shadows are pretty long. It's probably 5 or 10 minutes before the sun goes down.
Very nice. Thank you, Melinda.
Thank you.
Ed, you're coming up next. We have algae. Hey, Ed.
Is that pseudo?
I'm trying to figure
Looks
out.
like it is to me.
It shouldn't be. I did review it before posting it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it is correct, but the
Okay.
transparency makes it tricky.
Yeah, this one was a little tricky. Ed, are you able to unmute? we can come back to you if you're having technical problems.
There we go.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
yeah.
I didn't. I keep losing my internet connection. I didn't hear what was just being said. Something.
We weren't sure if this was pseudo stereo or not, but determined that it's correct.
Pretty sure it's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is.
I think it is.
So you're using your microscope clearly. Where did you collect the sample?
This was in the gutter in front of my house. Actually, there's this leak, some leak up the street, and there's always like a wet, water running down the street. So there's this green scum. I grabbed some of it. You know how like pond scum's kind of like a thready thread, like a mass of threads. So it's full of bugs and dirt. So I kind of like grabbed some and changed the water, and kind of like I got it clean, and separated it out, and then so this is still in the water. Um, the blue color is from a prism. I found a way to stick a prism under in front of the light so that you can get any color you want basically, but I thought the blue made it kind of like a aquatic looking, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Really
That's what it
nice.
is. Pond scum.
Do you know what the magnification power of this stereo photo is?
I didn't write that down actually, but I think it was 400.
All right.
I found there's a problem with the pseudo effect, because I discovered that the microscope actually is reversed. When you look through the eyepiece, it's upside down and backwards. And if I forget to set the camera software to correct it, then what I think is the left eye is actually the right eye upside down. I think that was causing a lot of problems, But I finally figured out what that was.
Yeah.
So I just have to remember to check that every time I take a picture, because the two different microscopes, they operate differently. So.
And in this case, the camera isn't built into the microscope, right? You're just through the eyepiece.
Yeah, one of them. Well, one of them shooting through the eyepiece, and I have to take it off one eyepiece onto the other. The other one is not it has a camera port, and it only takes one picture. And with that one flips the image, and so I have to remember to reverse the camera setting. And that's that one I have to tilt the slide and take two pictures.
That's the one where you're using the tilt mechanism
tilt
to get the stereo. Right.
But this one looks right. That the big green one kind of diagonally. I think that's right. It's the foreground.
Yeah, I looked at it both ways before I posted it, and am pretty sure this is right. It's a little challenging because they're transparent and they're kind of stacked on each other.
And I think also they're unfamiliar to your eyes. It's like you look at a tree, you can tell whether it's in pseudo or not. But you look at these things, it's like, they're kind of like hard to tell.
Yeah, it's already abstract.
Yeah.
But it's amazing the detail that you're able to capture using this technique. I don't see any kind of like artifacting or anything, and these algae are very clear. Really nice. Yeah, thanks, Ed. Keep it up. Great color, too. All right, next in the slideshow is one by Phyllis. The title is Alien in Residence. Did I get that title right, Phyllis?
Yes. This is in the House of Balls at the convention. It was the last tour that we went on, and it was a crazy, wonderful place. Probably the most photogenic place almost the most photogenic place we went to. There was one other that was even better, but this was extremely concentrated in 2 or 3 rooms in this tiny little house, and the guy made everything in there. One person created this whole thing. The ceilings had things on them. Every single inch was covered with some kind of art. It was really quite amazing.
Great light, too. It looks like there are a lot of light sources in this room. A lot of these pieces seem to be lamps.
This would have been a great Halloween place to go to. It wasn't really scary, though. It was just a lot of amazing works inside. Actually, there were a lot outside also. So it was this compound full of art, all made by one person. It's crazy.
Incredible.
Do you have anything to say about it? He was there also.
Let's see if he's oh, Bob, you're muted. There he is.
Yeah, what she said. It was a great place. We'll have to put together some of our images into a little slideshow.
Where was this?
This was at the last convention in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
House of Balls. Not exactly what I was expecting, but it was way better than I expected. The people in charge of tours did an awesome job. We went to some of the most amazing places. Who knew that there were all these wonderful things in Minneapolis?
Well, thank you, Phyllis.
I hadn't seen that image of yours before. It's great. I would just clone out that little bit on the bottom left would be my only suggestion.
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to crop it. You'd lose too much of that.
Yeah,
piece.
no, I would just clone it out. It would kind of match the other side too. It's a kind of a solid area.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time I've seen it actually this large. I just was looking at it on my little laptop and actually didn't even notice that. So
yeah, that's what we're here for.
Nice to see it bigger.
It's looking great on the loom pad.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this is a good one for the loom pad. No real ghosting. Well, thank you, Phyllis.
Thank you.
Oleg, hello, welcome. We've got one by you coming up next. The Beth Hillel booth during the Solano stroll. Grayscale is the title.
Yeah, I took this, the colors completely distort the picture. I noticed when I was looking at it anyway, after I took away the colors, it started to look pretty good, I thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's easy for the eyes to go from near to far.
And you have a good amount of contrast. You have lots of different light levels, so it is a good subject for black and white.
lots of frames with these vertical posts. I love being able to look far back to the couple with the stroller. All
And
the way
judging by
through this
that wheel in the picture, I suspect that Oleg was a little puzzled as to how to treat this image.
Well, I don't just think of it as a composition and how things are distributed. And it looked pretty good. I didn't notice how bad the color was completely. When I saw the color one, it just ruined the picture.
That was a good thought to convert it.
Were you not happy with the colors as they appeared, or was there something actually wrong with how the color was rendered in the photos?
No, the colors were correct, but they didn't have any logic to it. You know, it just confused the eyes instead of helping it.
Yeah. There's also really nice shadows in this photo on the sign, on the ground.
That was quite beautiful.
Yeah. Very nice. Thank you, Oleg. Roberto, good evening. We have one for you coming up next. And correct me if I get it wrong. Oh, hang on one second here. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having a technical problem. Bear with me here for a second. Oh, dear. Okay, I think I got this working. Sorry about that. The title is Katrina. I think I got that right. Roberto, tell us what we're looking at here.
Well, as you know, Day of the Dead here in Mexico just happened last weekend. And the whole October was a celebration for us. I took, I don't know, like 3,000 pictures of so many events that so massive that you don't know where to go and which one to choose. So this was last weekend. This is in the middle of the city. It's the Zócalo, it's the center of the downtown of Mexico City. And there was an ofrenda. There's a place that we celebrate our deaths, and this was a massive one. Later, we will see another part of this ofrenda here in Mexico, but this is a character in this event, and I took this that she was taking a picture from another visitor.
Is it all ambient light? Did you use a light or a flash on your camera?
No, I used the RXO. Only put the ISO to 1000 and use the program mode, so the camera did the rest and shot a lot because a lot of stuff is happening, so you don't have enough time to decide every shot.
Looks very sharp. Did you have any grain or noise to clean up, or is this how it looked out of the camera?
Well, I took it in RAW, so I have to balance the color and brightness, exposure. And also you have this option to reduce the noise. So I reduced, I believe this one, it was like 30% to reduce the noise, because well, the RXO is not that good with high ISO. So I believe I have to I have to take the other, the QX1 with a lens, a wider lens than f1.4. So for this low light condition, maybe it could work better, but it was so crowded that it was a mess. This was like a big party in the middle of the city. So the RXO were more proper for the location.
Yeah. It's great you were also able to capture detail in the sky. Very nice cameras.
Yes, well, fortunately, the Sony, as you know, the raw files are not that bad, so you can recover a lot of stuff from the shadows.
And this is handheld, of course.
Yes.
You don't have a tripod.
Yes, handheld.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Roberto. Yeah, I know we have more of these coming.
Sure.
All right. This next photo is by me. It's a Ferrari Monza SP2. I like car shows. I don't know anything about cars, except that at car shows, the 57 Chevys, the classics, they're the ones people walk by and ignore. It's the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis that people get excited about. And I like this photo because of the people interacting with it, around it. I wish they were a little bit closer, but this was a spontaneous shot. And I do also like the reflection of the tree in this vehicle. It adds a little bit more depth also. I thought the light was interesting, the light and the shadow, which gives this kind of shape, this white shape, some needed definition for the photo.
Mm-hmm.
Looks a little uncomfortable to be in, to drive.
Looks totally
Looks like a
absurd to me.
one-person car.
Yeah, no trunk, no cup holder.
It looks like that other panel where the other seat would be might come off, though. Is that true?
I think
So
that
you
is
could have
the
a second
case.
person in there.
I have seen photos of versions of this vehicle with two seats. I guess this is one for competition.
Great timing with his foot off the ground.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. Thanks. I took a few shots, and I really do like the way he's in motion.
Discussing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have any more room on the right?
You know, I don't think I did. I think this is pretty much the full frame. I probably lost some pixels on the left doing the horizontal adjustment. But yeah, I was pretty close. I took this with my twin Sony pair, my RX02s. All right, next we have one by Bob. Welcome, Bob.
Hi there.
Bob, I received your replacement photo, but I got it a little too late. I didn't check my email until after I had set up tonight's slideshow. So let's save that one for next month. In the meantime, boats, windmills should be coming up on your screen now.
This was another one of those great excursions at this is at the ISU, and this was an open air museum, huge place with vintage trolley cars to get you around, and they had demonstrations of boat building and working windmills. And this was a cha-cha with my iPhone.
Really sharp,
Thanks.
really beautiful, great color.
Did you clone
did.
some of the water? It's very sharp.
Yeah, no, I cloned some people in the background. They were moving there, so I had to do some cloning there. I don't think I included any. I was going to go and try to fix some of the water in the back, but it doesn't bother me that much.
No, the water looks great. I'm
Great.
very surprised that it was a cha-cha.
Yeah, no, the part I'm talking about is just under the windmill. On the left, there's just a small section of water. I get a little obsessive about it, but
I don't see a problem.
Don't be.
no.
It looks great.
Thanks.
I like the way that tilted cloud sort of contains the picture.
Yeah. Oh, we had great clouds throughout the whole Congress.
Nice.
I have a whole series of cha-chas taken from the bus as we were driving along. I may share at some point.
Did you have to clone that sky?
No,
Or did
no,
it,
that's the
sit still
sky.
for you?
I did a little bit of topaz sharpening on it, and I boosted the saturation just a bit.
Just the right amount, not too much.
Thanks. Now I like the lead in of the waterway and the reflection.
Yeah, the reflection really does it for me.
Yeah.
Was that your was that what you were after when you composed this shot, that reflection, or was that a happy coincidence?
Oh no, that triggered the shot for me.
Are you
Very
on a
nice.
bridge?
Um,
On a bridge
where
to
was
do
I?
this?
I wasn't up high if I was. I think it was maybe just a walkway across from one area to another. If it was a bridge, it was a very shallow one. It wasn't very high.
It looks like otherwise you'd be standing in the water.
Right. No, I'm obviously above the water, so it must have been some kind of a crosswalk there.
Really lovely.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Bob.
Sure.
Jay, you're up next. This is Kinetic in Port Authority.
So this is in the Port Authority bus terminal, and it's a kinetic sculpture, been around, I think, since the 80s. And it's a cha-cha taken with my phone. I took a bunch of pictures. The yellow on the right, it was on a pendulum, so I just had the time to match. It's enclosed in glass, so I have a bit of reflections.
balls are traveling up that post on the right.
Looks like it.
Is that like a conveyor belt or something? Oh, I do see it looks like, yeah, there was some vertical motion between the two exposures. It kind of reveals the operation.
Yes, the balls.
Oh yeah, the balls.
But Jay, the pendulum, you said you were able to time that with
Yeah,
your cha-cha. Incredible. You didn't do that in Photoshop?
no.
Amazing.
Mm. Yeah, I just totally forgot about the vertical balls.
Well, this one looks great on the loom pad too. It's great how the pipes and these pendulums are in front of the window.
Yeah, I'm kind of amazing it hasn't broken down.
Is this like a musical installation, this kinetic sculpture?
Yes, yeah, there's you could see the sort of xylophone
Yeah, that's what I was
intent.
looking at.
Yeah,
Years and years ago, I went to the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia. They had a similar giant pinball machine deal.
The Franklin Institute?
Yeah, this big science museum.
Oh. Yeah, great subject. Thank you, Jay. Next is by Melinda. Last Rays on Almonte.
Yeah, so a little while ago, I decided I wanted to try to do some hypers. There was kind of one I was looking for in particular, kind of looking north along 101, and so I I scouted out the area on Google Maps and Google Earth, and then drove around there looking for a vantage. I did not find one, but I did find this nice view of the Tamalpais Valley, um, and took these snaps about just a couple minutes before sunset, and separation is probably somewhere between 10 and 20 feet, so quite a bit. And mainly, I really liked the how those last houses on the hilltop are still in sunshine, and then the different layers going back. Mount Tam is also just off the right of the image. I could actually have included it, but there's some buildings in the lower right that would have been a problem. So this was the more natural shot.
Did you use your DSLR on this one?
Yes,
Yeah,
on a tripod.
There's like a lot of fine detail that the camera captured.
And I also sharpened the image a little bit.
Do you use Stereo Photomaker?
Yes, definitely.
because you can match up the right with the left easily on that. It just makes the images the same. And it looks like there's a little difference here, at least on my viewer.
I just tried auto align right now. It didn't change.
It's not in on the auto align. It's under I think it's color.
Oh, auto color.
And
Yeah.
no, you pick left or right, whichever one you want it to match. So you pick the left, and then it makes the right one the same as the left.
Yeah, I may have done that. I did have trouble sort of getting the tones to match, because the in just the 30 to 60 seconds between pictures, the shadows moved quite a bit, and the colors changed.
I'm looking at it large side by side on one of my monitors. It looks fine. I mean, the color shift isn't noticeable to me. What is slightly bothersome is that one place you could easily clone. There's a car or something in the lower, just left. It's white. It's next to the right of that tower.
White car to the left.
It's somewhat. It's just in a different place in the left and right chip, and it's very noticeable on my loom pad. If you see that tower, that Eiffel Tower shape thing, it's right at the tip of that, just below those white houses. If you see the roadway,
I see a white dot. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think that's. But if you look, I'm looking at the two images side by side.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just inherent on the loom pad, but
there's a white dot there, and I'm also noticing a dark car just to the left.
Yeah,
I did spend a fair amount of time cloning out all the things that moved. But
yeah, that's the only part that called my attention.
Yeah, I see a couple other spots now. So yeah, that's part of the problem.
Amazing for a side by side, though, to have it that good. I mean, a shift. You said there was 60 seconds in between?
Probably. Yeah, I had to move the tripod.
There's not more differences down there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there were a lot. So you're just seeing the few that I didn't get at the end.
Oh, okay. It looks really good.
Oh, thank you.
And Belinda,
I just saw one more. Just above the red house, if you go above and to the left to that white house, just to the right of that.
The right of the White House.
Okay, you see the red house just on the road, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, if you go up from there and over to the left, you'll see it's a white house with a roof structure there. Just to the right of that, I'm seeing, maybe it's just an after image on the loom pad, but
yeah, I'm not seeing anything on the YouTube.
Yeah, I just looked over at the side by side, and I'm not seeing it there. So it's probably just ghosts in the loom pad.
Ghosting,
yeah. Messing with me, trying to follow my face or something.
Now, Belinda, you have quite a bit of elevation here. Were you on the side of a road or something? It's almost like you're like shooting with a drone.
No, it's on the side of the road. I think that might be Bay Vista Circle. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So if anybody wants to go and look at that.
You've got an incredible unobstructed view. There are no houses or trees. I guess you probably cropped those out or carefully composed the shot without them.
Yeah, my guess is that there were probably a lot of trees that probably got removed for fire safety.
Mm-hmm.
There were a number of planted trees along the road, so I just shot between them, but there was plenty of there were plenty of views from between those few trees, and everything else had been pretty much cleared away. So it is a rare, good vista.
Very nice. And you said you used a tripod. Do you remember how long these exposures were?
No, they were probably relatively fast. I probably used put the camera on um, exposure setting, so I probably picked my my f-stop. So it probably chose maybe a 500th of a second or something. It was probably pretty quick. There was still quite a bit of light.
Yeah, that's how I usually use my DSLRs to keep things in focus. Well, thank you, Melinda. Very nice.
Thank you.
Ed, we have another one by you coming up next. And I did mute you, so you will need to unmute yourself. This is Spider.
Good Halloween one.
Seasonally appropriate, yeah.
Yeah, he's stuck on a piece of sticky tape. The hard part was getting him positioned, looking at the camera. But you can see he's got like 6 eyes, but 2 of them are kind of like reflecting back at you.
Are those eyes the big brown ones?
There's 2 bright kind of white spots, and then the 2 bright dark spots in between. And I think there's a couple more behind those that you can't see. They're pretty creepy looking.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They're pretty creepy looking. It's kind of something, to work on a little bit more. You can see his legs are a little bit tangled up. I mean, he's probably like, the body of this thing is like probably 1/8 of an inch, and trying to get him in position, I stuck on the tape and move the tape around and get it to stand still in the right place, and his legs got a little tangled, so they're not like in their natural position. Sometimes I've tried this before and the legs just like come right off, stuff like that. But yeah, I think it was a Halloween theme, I guess.
I hope there are no arachnophobes in the audience tonight. I think most of our members here tonight remember the spider macro photography of Jack Musacco. So, Ed, we're actually well acclimated to these spiders. There is something very unsettling about them at this size.
You mentioned that a few times. I thought I sort of sent that in honor of the what do you call it? Legacy member.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, that's this is familiar territory for us.
Yeah.
And it's not just our club. It seems like every 3D club, every international competition, there's insects, and spiders are very common.
Now, I will say at our public events, our slideshows, all these things we've been doing, I withhold the arachnids. You just never know how audiences are going to react. So this is a lovely photo, but I probably wouldn't share it with a general group. People might flee the theater.
Just save it for the end.
Yeah. Smart. And I see it's great that one of the legs does seem to be coming through the window. It's there's a bit of a merger, but it seems to work. Yeah, thanks, Ed. Keep showing us your spiders. Let's move on to one by Phyllis. Body Work is the title.
I too like car shows, and I just like the juxtaposition of this lovely hood ornament with the body shop sign behind it on a different truck. And the colors I liked together too.
It's nice.
It's a fun play on words.
Yeah, great color. Yeah, seeing how shiny these vehicles are, this must be a car show, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I've got some nice reflections working in your favor also.
Yeah, it's in a town that has a lot of tall buildings, and the street runs east and west, and so you get a lot of great light and a lot of wonderful reflections on them. Which sometimes don't work very well in 3D, but
You're referring to light like reflecting off the buildings, off the windows?
on the cars from the yes, off the buildings onto the cars. It's just really quite beautiful.
Yeah, that's a great quality.
And they have cars of all ages, a lot of vintage cars and a lot of 50s, 60s. Not so much the high-end ones that you had that you showed.
Well,
not a lot of those out here.
Of all the cars at that car show, there was one Ferrari, so that's probably what made it so popular. Phyllis,
I don't believe we had any Ferraris in this one.
Okay, unless this is one. I don't recognize this hood ornament. Is this it must be something custom?
No, it isn't. I don't remember what it is. My husband knows what it is, but it's a regular 50s car.
Wow.
Good ornament. He's not close by, or I'd yell at him and find out what it is.
I'm going to do a Google search right now on it. See if it comes up.
It's great to see the reflections on
it
the
shows
hood
the
ornament,
flying lady hood ornament, which was a popular feature on vintage cars.
It doesn't say which one.
The type of hood often referred to as a flying lady or goddess was a common. Let's see if it tells me more. Show more. Come on. I hate it. It's not scrolling up. There we go. Yeah, I can't seem to get it to. Maybe if you look up Flying Lady.
Yeah, it may not be for a specific make. It may be.
Yeah, they could have.
Like a aftermarket accessory.
Could be. I didn't know that.
Here it is on a 50s Nash, but I don't know if that was.
That could have been it.
Yeah, Nash. A lot of the hood ornaments that are for sale right now are from a late 50s Nash Metropolitan Coupe.
That could be it.
Yeah. Great names for them. Ghost of the American Highway. Yeah.
Well,
all of them are Nash, so it's got to be a Nash.
I think we lost something when we gave up the hood ornaments on our cars.
Yeah, that one's a great one.
Cars today look the same. It's not
Right.
fun anymore.
Yeah.
Can't even.
Used to know what the different cars were, and now I can't even tell. I can't tell them apart.
Yeah.
Tyranny of the wind tunnel.
Can't even identify them in a parking lot. All right. Thank you, Phyllis. Oleg, you're up next. Coming up is Gate into the College of Marin's demonstration garden.
Yeah, that's an interesting place in Marin County. Like to go there.
Now, you've photographed a lot of fences, and you've photographed a lot of fences like this that are partially opaque, that you can see through.
I like how you framed the barn.
Yeah, that was that's what made the picture for me.
Yeah, that gate adds a lot to the depth of this photo. Oleg, your verticals look very straight. Are you shooting with wide lenses here? Did you?
Yes, this is my super wide angle, 10mm lens.
Okay. Did you adjust those verticals? Did you
Uh,
straighten them?
Usually, if I'm using a tripod, they're usually that way, but they're easy to fix in Photoshop
Yeah.
if they're not. Horizontal, I think it is.
What was that, Oleg?
There's a tool, I think it's a horizontal something
Yeah.
that you can adjust the verticals to be truly vertical.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you, Oleg. There's a lot to explore here.
Did anybody notice the person in on the left half?
Oh yeah. A patch of blue.
I see a patch of blue on the left, and I see a patch of red on the right. I'm trying to determine if that's a person or a plant or what.
It's a dying plant.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed the person right away. All right, thanks, Oleg. Roberto.
Yeah.
This is Ofrenda.
That's right.
Okay.
Well, this is the same event last Saturday. Well, this was from, I believe, Wednesday through Sunday. And this was Saturday night, again, with the same with Katrina, the last one. And this was another part of this big exhibition, this big installation. And this was in a sea of flowers. These flowers are named cempasúchil here in Mexico. And this is people taking pictures in the middle of the ofrenda, and I thought this was a great composition for the 3D elements that we have here, like everybody's taking pictures, enjoying the night.
Did you say they were live flowers and they're in a field?
Yep, those are live flowers.
That's a lot of flowers.
Yeah, I have a video. I haven't edited yet, but I have a video going around on a bicycle, and this is in the middle of the day because it was really early in the morning. So you can see the whole sea of flowers. It was a lot of flowers in this installation. Maybe next week I will share with you the video, and you will see what I am talking about.
Yeah, please
So
do.
they're actually planted in a field, they're not in pots?
No. They are in pots. Yeah,
Oh, they are in pots.
the field is concrete.
Okay, that's amazing. Must
Yes.
be thousands of them.
Yes, yeah, millions. I believe those are millions because this goes and goes and goes. So it's massive.
Amazing.
Are the lights that we're seeing, are they red lights, or is that something that you've done creatively, or is that an artifact of the camera?
No. This was they were using RGB lights and they turn it in a cycle, but mostly it was orange, yellow, and red. The pattern of the colors that they were using. So it was a cycle between yellow and red, and this was like orange-ish, but also with the low light that we this was also at 1000, but even with 1000 the lights were not enough. Like it was nice, but it was massive, and it was like a massive saturation of color, so I have to play with the color here.
I could see how that would confuse any camera.
Yes.
And the colors were cycling, is that what you said?
Yes, they were cycling. It was a palette of yellow, orange, and red because the flowers are orange. So it was like a cycle between that, like a simulation of a sunset.
I see. Yeah, great timing too.
No, it was massive. It was so crowded, the place, that it was so difficult to get into this ofrenda.
Wow. Yeah, there's a lot to explore here, and it looks like people are really enjoying themselves. Thanks for sharing this.
Thank you. Yes.
And I think we'll see a little bit more of this.
Well, I have a lot of pictures from this season, so maybe the whole next year will be exploring a lot of the Day of the Day here because as I told you, maybe I took like 3,000 pictures of this season.
Great. We look forward to seeing them.
Thank you.
Yeah. Be sure to share those with us. Maybe not all 3,000, but
yes, actually have some interesting action for next week. So same topic and same events, but with action.
Excellent. Looking forward to it. Thanks, Roberto. This next photo is mine. It's the Presidio drive-by, and I'll say a few words about it. I think it's a pretty unremarkable photo, but I'm experimenting with grabbing frames from video. I'm hearing stories about people who are using two cameras and they're not synchronizing them. They're just shooting video and finding frames that pair up. Roberto, I think you've mentioned this technique before, and that's not really what this is. This is more of like a video cha-cha. But what I'm excited about is that I used my phone's slow motion video, which I hadn't really played with before. It's 240 frames per second. And the video I shot is only about a second long. I just kind of tapped the video button. But with that high frame rate, I had plenty of frames to choose from and didn't really need to do a lot of adjustment. I mean, aligning, of course, but in that time, not much had changed. And you can see there's some rivalry that I didn't bother to fix just as kind of a demonstration. There's a Waymo in the right that was moving. It is kind of pseudo. And the person on the far left moved a little bit. But it's an easy technique, and it's something I'm going to experiment with more.
This was, sorry.
Were these consecutive frames?
Consecutive frames. I just took my camera and just kind of panned, did kind of an exaggerated cha-cha motion while recording the video in slow motion mode, which captured a lot more frames, 240 frames. So I probably had, 240 frames to work with rather than like 30 frames, which I would have had if it was recording at normal speed. I could have gone a lot more hyper or less hyper. I just had a lot more options.
Now, were you driving? The title suggests you were driving.
I was sort of driving by with the camera. No, I was walking by, and
Just made a crab movement, not a pen.
yeah. I more of a swing or a sway.
Crab.
A crab. There you go. And this is at the Presidio in San Francisco. I don't have much else to say.
Yeah,
There's
I've tried using the super slow-mo. I don't always get the timing right. Your framing is good here.
I've had, this is not the most high-end camera. I've had it for a few months. I had assumed that the slow motion video would reduce the dimensions, the resolution, but these recorded in, HD. I did crop this a little bit, blew it up, but not enough to introduce any noise or anything.
Well, you can record up to 1,000 frames with the RXOs.
Is that right?
Yep, I have done it.
On my RXO2s, I've never experimented with video. I know they support it, but I still haven't tried it.
Yes, you have a really high frame rate with the RXOs. I have used it with planes, landing planes, and you can almost stop them. It's a really smooth playback. I enjoy it.
I will definitely play with that.
Well, but the resolution it's tiny, so you have to be careful with that.
That's the compromise, yeah. I think this phone also has an ultra high frame rate or super slow motion, but I think you lose resolution if you choose that. I mean, 240 frames a second are plenty for me.
Well, I use the one that I use with the video, the stereo by two DJI Action 2s, and those record, I believe, 250 frames per second, but up to 2.7K. So it's actually the video that I'm going to upload from the ofrenda at the day. I recorded, I believe, on 100 frames per second. Maybe I could try something similar with with it for the next week.
Yeah. See what you can come up with.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
I'll be experimenting with this slow motion video for the rest of the year, I'm sure. I think, maybe this will be my new method for taking cha-chas. All right, thank you all.
Actually, you can use also burst mode. So
Exactly.
Say that again. I missed that.
Burst mode.
Burst
mode, yeah.
mode. Right.
And-
Yeah.
And there's a quick gesture if you, instead of just pressing the shutter release, if you have an iPhone, if you just press and shift to the left, it will do an automatic burst mode.
Good to know. Yeah, I have an Android phone, but I'm sure most of us have iPhones. All right. Yeah, thanks for the advice. You'll see more of these. But until then, Bob, let's take a look at, I don't know if I can pronounce this, Chihuly Carousel.
Go ahead, Phyllis, I'll let you do the honors if you're there. Oh.
Chihuly.
Chihuly Carousel. We're looking at some art glass here.
Yes.
Yeah, this was
by Dale Chihuly.
Yeah. And I mirrored it, and then I took one of those globes and enlarged it, and had the sculpture holding it in the middle.
Very clever. I was wondering because I hadn't seen that.
Hey, you haven't seen this piece, huh? It does amazing work.
Is this the one in Seattle?
Yeah. This was one of the excursions we went on for one of the NSA.
Yes, that was my NSA.
Yes. Thank you, fellas, for this excursion. This was wonderful. That front piece holding the globe is, how tall would you say that was? About 8 or 9 feet? It's quite, maybe less.
Wow.
But
maybe 6.
Definitely human size there.
Absolutely gorgeous. There was a time when Chihuly didn't allow anyone but one photographer in Seattle to take his pictures of his art. And now when you go into this museum or into this exhibit, they will take pictures for you and you can download them yourself. Oh. Plus they allow you to take anything you want. You just can't, I don't think you can take tripods in though. No. Selfie sticks and tripods are not allowed.
Yeah, right.
Selfie sticks, but, I think, obvious.
Yeah, he did a complete turnaround on the preciousness of his photos.
Yeah, no drones either.
Yeah, no drones.
Well, photography has changed as well.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure between Phyllis and I, we have an hour show of Chihuly.
Yes.
Exhibitions.
Well, this art glass lends itself so well to this mirroring or other manipulations. It's already kind of abstract. Mm-hmm. It's just very suitable for these creative interpretations.
I actually put a show together for a musician friend of mine, and he posted it online using the Chihuly images with his music, and it's somewhere online.
Well, if you find a link, put it in the chat. We'd love to see it.
It's, name of the musician is Westra, but I haven't looked at it lately. But it was a YouTube thing, I think, online. Don't know if it's still up or not.
Yeah, probably. Is it a 3D video or is it like a video of a live performance?
No, it's image. It's me combining a bunch of Chihuly's images to his music with dissolves.
Oh, okay.
And it is in 2D because, I mean, it's flat because that's what most people would see that were looking for it, but
Right.
I'm sure I shot it originally in 3D.
Well, very nice. Thank you, Bob.
Sure.
Gorgeous.
Jay, let's take a look at your pigeon lady.
Again, same New York trip. Shot with the loom. Just cropped in a bit left and right. And I missed it when all of the pigeons flew up.
Missed it by that much.
Yeah. But yeah, she was there just feeding and petting some of them.
Well, you did get one airborne pigeon.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's eating out of her hand practically.
And I love the one pigeon supervisor in the lower right.
And another one that's a lookout. Guess there's 3 lookouts.
Mm-hmm.
And there's another one taking off too.
Oh yeah, I just noticed the one in front of her bag. Great.
Could just be showing off.
And the police department's behind it.
Yeah.
Well, they're safe from
Yeah,
the pigeons with that
deliberately
fence.
blame that.
Jay, do you have a special case for your loom pad, or is it the one we all have, the one that was made for it?
Actually, I don't have a case.
Oh,
No.
that's brave.
I mean, I've got this, and I can have a shoulder strap, so I could just pull it out, put
Pull
it
it
back
out.
in. But yeah, just cheap Amazon neoprene.
I was wondering if the case flap got in your way when you were using it as a camera. But it sounds like you've got a solution to that problem.
Yeah. I do have a tripod mount holder and like a handle, which I hadn't been using that much because I didn't have a easy shutter, but now I will.
With the new camera app, is that what you're
Yeah.
referring
Oh,
to?
either with the new camera app or with the thing I came up with.
Which thing is that?
Oh, I posted to the tablet 3D and Pro 3D. There's a little app that can intercept the Bluetooth shutter and then tap on the screen for you. So it virtually taps the conventional camera button.
So you're able to use like a remote shutter release?
Yes, on the native layer app.
I see.
I just said, can you repeat that? I just had to step away for a minute to
Yeah, that sounds very
get
interesting.
something.
Tell
I was
us
going to
about
say
that,
something
Jay.
about that remote. Someone was posting on one of the 3D groups
Yeah.
about triggering the loom pad.
Yes. Yeah, I posted that on the Fohu 3D
Ah, great.
and the tablets group. So there's a program that can intercept the Bluetooth shutter that would normally just raise the volume,
Mhm.
but it intercepts it and then virtually taps the shutter button. So
That sounds like a very useful hack.
yeah. Well, it was very useful until that guy posted that he has a camera app which can take the Bluetooth shutter. And it's funny because I'd never seen him post anything before.
Well, yeah. I guess there are other LoomPad users out there. I'm always surprised when I encounter stereo photographers who don't seem to be a part of this scene. It's like, why aren't you showing us your photos?
Mhm.
Jay, do you have a link for your camera upgrade?
I'll post it.
Yeah, stick that in the
That's after
chat.
you
I'd very
responded.
much like to see that. And you're doing really wonderful things with the LoomPad camera. This is a very nice photo.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jay. I look forward to seeing more. Next, for now, we have one by Melinda, Marina Sunset Double Rainbow.
Yeah, this was, I'm very happy with this image. It was, I've tried many, many times to get good stereograms involving rainbows. And rainbows are just really, really tough, especially because they're always at infinity. And even in 2D, there's a lot of trouble taking pictures of rainbows. But everything kind of came together for this one. It was a pretty amazing day. I think like a storm was just clearing right around sunset. So there were just great clouds and landscapes in every direction. I've got one more picture from here, just looking in the opposite direction. And I bet a bunch of you probably got out and took pictures that day too. It was pretty spectacular. And so this was just up on my roof, and I took a number of series, trying to get a good collection of cha-chas. I even sustained some minor injuries when I was running back and forth. I caught my foot in a cable and took a little fall on the roof.
Oh,
Saved the camera though. That's the important thing.
You got the shot.
Yeah. But yeah, a couple little scrapes and contusions, nothing bad. And then yeah, found a decent pair. The stereo separation is probably a bit too much, but I worked with it and used all the normal tricks and got it under some kind of control. And yeah, and was lucky enough to get the double rainbow because the conditions were changing constantly. It was really hard to like get a double rainbow in the image with reasonable clouds and yeah, the lighting was changing just constantly, so it was pretty hectic. But I was very happy that I got a stereo pair that works decently, I think.
Did you have to reposition the clouds at all?
No, I cloned a couple of the little sharp edges, like the left-hand edge of the largest cloud. Took a bit of cloning to keep it sharp and stereo. But that was about the only thing I did with the clouds.
It looks like a deft application of Matt's blockout strategy in the lower left corner.
That's exactly what that is. That's a matte gray box.
It's
The
very unobtrusive.
the next door neighbor house is underneath there, and contrast that with the lower right corner, which is across the street and a few houses down. so it's much further away. And so the nearby house was way through the window here. It was, I almost didn't even consider the stereo pair, and then eventually I thought, well, maybe I can do something with it.
And it works.
Yeah, it's quite a useful technique. I mean, it's a pretty large part of the image, but it's very easy to not notice it at all.
Yeah, since you can set it back in depth, it really just becomes invisible.
Yeah, I mean, you're not looking at that part of the frame anyway.
Yeah, I think moving it back helped as well. I did fuss with it quite a bit, but I think you're right that that placing it fairly deep in the frame helps.
Yeah, what incredible light, incredible time of day. It's great that you have some blue in the sky also, that you weren't just against
The blue,
a gray dap.
the blue is not visible in person. That was a surprise to me.
Wow.
The original shot is very orange. It's very definitely sunset colors. And but I think it was probably just auto levels, and it really brought out the blue. So it's I mean, it's just some filters. I didn't really alter anything, but it's quite a different look and feel to what I saw when I was shooting, and also what I got from the original images out of the camera.
Wow. You used your DSLR for this cha-cha. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just amazing how much information that camera sensor can capture, stuff you don't even see, but it's there.
Yeah, there was no hint of blue, but obviously it is there.
Well, it's an amazing shot. Thank you, Melinda.
Thank you.
Before we move to the next one, I just want to say we have about 30 minutes officially left in the meeting, and we're about 2/3 of the way through our slideshow. So we'll probably run a few minutes late tonight. Hope that's okay with everyone. Just a heads up. That said, yes.
Before we move on, one more thing
Sure.
I wanted to mention. Notice also the very lower left, the sparkly buildings.
Mm-hmm.
So those are reflecting the direct sun back to me. So it's so that's the exact angle opposite the sun, and that's interesting because in the case of a rainbow, it'll be at the exact center of the circular arc of the rainbows. So if you have a compass, you could draw the arc of the rainbows with using that as the center.
Based on the reflections seen in the buildings.
Yep, that's the mirror angle of the sun. Just an interesting piece of trivia.
Very much so. Thank you, Melinda.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next is one by Phyllis. Is This Really an Illusion? Is the title.
Well, we all know who that is. Bob and I took off and went to the Museum of Illusions at the convention, and it was really quite fun and amazing, and we had a lot of fun photographing there. I was going to call it Bob on a plate, but changed my mind.
He doesn't seem to be very happy to be modeling for you.
He was quite
serious
serious
art
about
project.
having his head cut off. He had to crawl into that space, which is kind of interesting. Not a comfortable spot to be.
So is he lying prone or?
No,
I'm on my knees.
You got
yeah.
mirrors on either side of the table between the legs, correct?
Right.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thought it worked really well in 3D.
Yeah, a lot of illusions fall apart in 3D, or they give it away. But this this works well.
In retrospect, I probably should have had an apple in my mouth.
Well, you were thinking about the flower, but then we realized everybody in the world had put their mouth on that flower. We opted not to do that one.
Have to bring our own apple.
A rose in the mouth wasn't going to make it this time unless we brought the rose.
Yeah, I think the only tell for me that it's an illusion is that the darker green, the molding doesn't quite intersect behind that table leg.
Oh yeah, you're right. It does.
And the table isn't casting a shadow on the wall behind it, beneath it.
Yeah, good point.
Because it's reflecting a wall that doesn't have a shadow on it.
Yeah, shadows on two sides.
Yeah.
Well, the rug should be dark. If you look at the lighting on the plate coming directly from above.
Yeah.
But like all illusions, it's about that first impression, and then you cut away.
Right.
Yeah, we're not supposed to scrutinize it like this. All right. Thanks, Phyllis.
Bob.
And Bob.
Anytime.
Oleg, coming up next is Interior of College of Marin's Demonstration Greenhouse.
Yeah, this is where that 10 millimeter, this is where it sinks. That I really liked it. And again, you need to use the horizontal to straighten, make the verticals vertical in the picture.
Yeah, all these vertical posts lend a lot to the depth.
And you did that in Stereo Photo Maker?
Yeah.
Straightened it up?
Making them vertical.
Yeah.
Is that the pin cushion adjustment? Is that what they call it? No, barrel adjustment.
It's called horizontal. I forget the other part of it.
Perspective?
Perspective, that's it.
That's it.
Very easy to use, and it works very well.
There's a funny thing I'm noticing. So the pole on the right is indeed perfectly straight up and down, but it seems to be leaning way forward. It's coming from well inside the image to pretty much the stereo window.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
If you turn on borders, it might be more obvious.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
It's just a interesting thing to note. So the pole is straight in 2D, but not necessarily in 3D.
It's straight in the left eye. It's offset in the right eye.
Yeah, but my eyes are too weak to be able to see detail like that.
It's not really a distraction. It is an interesting kind of illusion, or yeah, it's something revealed in 3D.
All you have to do is clone over the vertical and it'll straighten up, right?
Yeah,
That'd be
it's
one way.
vertical. I think what Melinda is seeing is that the top of that post is at the window, but the bottom of the post is behind the window. So it works visually, and it's not a distraction, at least not to me, but it does seem to be leaning towards the viewer.
Yeah. Well,
Doubt most people would notice that.
Yeah, it looks
it's
natural
an
and
easy fix.
yeah,
Take
I don't
about
even
a
know
half
if it needs
hour.
to be fixed. You wouldn't expect any of these posts to be perfectly vertical anyway in real life. They're going to be, slightly askew, leaning a little bit.
And what matters is the effect. I mean, it looks perfectly comfortable, and most people are not going to question anything like that.
Yeah. And it's nice that we can look past I guess that's a fence that defines the edge of this greenhouse. And there's a gap that we can look through to basically to infinity, where that red building is. There's a lot of depth here.
And you got to have a big wide angle lens.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Thanks, Oleg. Okay, Roberto, I think you can tell us if this is from the same event. The title is Pegaso. That's how I would pronounce it. How would you pronounce it?
Yes, Pegaso, yes.
Pegaso. Pegaso.
Well, it depends on yes, it's a Greek, but as you know that. Well, yes, this was at the beginning of the evening that's last Saturday, and it was a really nice night. I was taking pictures of the people with their customs, and suddenly, well, you turn the camera up, and you see this composition, and I like it. Actually, I took this with a regular photo and with my stereo setup, and both I believe are a really nice shot. This was with also ISO 1000 and also with the RXOs.
Yeah,
Great
pretty good
exposure.
low light performance.
Yes. Yes, actually, the moon is in behind the tower, and I like the composition. Also, I couldn't get it but we have a lot of smoke because a lot of people, well, a lot of stands were cooking around, and they took a really smooth atmosphere. But I couldn't get it in with this camera. With my phone, I could take it, and I believe it was a smooth touch of the picture, but I couldn't get it with this one.
Yeah, with the position of the moon, it looks like the building is illuminating the sky, giving us some detail in those clouds.
Yes, actually, yes. The moon is the one that is illuminating the clouds.
I can't really
Yes.
tell. What's your separation? Is this a hyper stereo, or is this more of a natural view?
No, this was a little bit farther. It was like 10 centimeters, I believe. It was a little bit wider.
Yeah, makes sense.
I have a metal that I can move the difference between the distance between cameras. I can adjust it with the rail and then lock the camera quite fast, so I can play with the distance of the lenses.
So when you say it's on a rail, it's not just like a camera bar. It's actually a mechanism that slides.
It's a really simple. I don't know if you know this Swiss mount for tripods. But this is a really long rail. It's I will send you the AliExpress cell, and it is only lock it. But instead of locking only one plate, you can lock like multiple plates. So I use it for 2 plates, and with only one lock, I can move the camera according to the distance I want to place it.
You don't need to move both cameras. You can keep
That's
one
right.
locked down. I'd love to see that that rail.
It's a really simple solution.
Yeah. I struggle to adjust the distance between my cameras because then I have to worry about introducing rotational errors. It's a very clumsy process for me. I'd love something that was a little smoother.
With this one, you only get on the plate, you get your cameras, and with that, you get the alignment. And then the rail only locks the distance between both cameras. So it's really easy to set up.
Sounds like something I need.
Yes. Let me check the AliExpress, and I will send you the link.
Appreciate that. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Roberto.
Thank you.
This is mine. The title is Street Rubble. I think the picture speaks for itself. One thing I'll say about it is that I came back an hour later and the light was much better. It was that reflected light from the glass buildings that Phyllis was describing, but for some reason I didn't get the same angle, and am kicking myself for that, but here it is. The version with inferior light but better depth.
Well, you got a great composition. It might be worth screwing around with the shading and see if you can manufacture a little better, a little more comfortable lighting.
So I Photoshop Creative Cloud was just updated to Photoshop 2026, and I tried all these neural filters and AI tools to do just that, and each one just utterly destroyed the photo, just turned it into like I don't know, I can't even describe it, much worse than the standard built-in filters in Photoshop. So so I ditched that. I really need to ditch Photoshop.
Clearly it's not trained on construction equipment.
I guess not.
Need more 6-year-olds.
Yeah. They don't care.
Another
about
thing you could
like
you could maybe help it out by like just doing the highlights part of shadow highlights. So just bring the highlights down pretty sharply, and then send the result to those neural filters.
No.
It's a thought.
I'll play around with that. I am playing around with these filters. I'd love for them to actually work for me.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you could help it out a little bit and bring the contrast way down, that they might be able to do more with it.
I'll try that. That's worth experimenting with. And
I use highlights on practically all of my pictures.
You bring the highlights down?
Yes.
And how about the shadows? Do you
It doesn't
manipulate your
touch the
shadows much?
shadows.
You don't touch the shadows?
No.
I mean, you
Oh,
could move the shadows
oh.
if you wanted, but I don't think that's the problem.
Yeah, it is very, very bright. It's very hot.
There's some kind of highlight on the side of the scoop that's only visible in the left eye. I don't know if we're seeing through a hole or something else.
I think that's what it is. I should paint that out. It's like a hole or something.
Yeah.
I'll add that I took this with my Beam Pro, and so there's not a lot of depth, but because of the wide lenses, it does encourage you to get close to the subject, which is what's happening here. And
How close were you from the bucket?
Good question. I would say 3 to 4 feet, something like that. Pretty close. Crouch down to make that scoop the subject. So, and that, lends some distortion also, but I don't think it detracts from this photo. I think it'd be a better photo if somebody was sitting in the machine, but then they probably wouldn't have let me take it.
That's right.
I could have, I guess, flagged someone down, had them model for me. All right, yeah. Thanks for the tips. I will definitely keep experimenting with this and keep experimenting with Photoshop. Until then, here's one by Bob. Muizensis?
Muizensis. Mouse nose.
Say that
It was
again?
the nickname for this electric train.
Okay. Pronounce it for me again.
Oh yeah, I'm going to do that. I have to see it in person. I don't know if I have it written out.
I think
mouse nose is just fine.
Yeah, mouse nose.
Mouse nose. That's the Anglification.
Yeah, and this was another one of those great excursions. My favorite excursion, I think, of the trip to the Railroad Museum in Utrecht. Got some amazing shots from there, and it had everything from dark rides to even darker rides. That's 175 years of railroad history.
I'm guessing this one's from the 30s.
Yeah, I should have kept better notes on this one. Yeah, I'd have to
20s or
go find
30s
my
would be my
notes.
guess.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
Oh, there were some wonderful, wonderful cars.
Looks like an airplane.
Yeah.
It's very aerodynamic.
They had some fantastic exhibits. They had a whole stack of vintage luggage stacked up against one entire wall with dioramas inside and ladders and places where kids and adults could come and look inside. And they had a 3-dimensional diorama with, I don't know if you're familiar with Pepper's Ghosts,
Sure.
where they project videos inside. I have several stereo videos that I took, and I may do a show on this museum. It was quite a place.
I love the reflections that you can see in the car on the right. And I think I see a person in the window of that car also.
Mm-hmm.
Does he let you go in the cars?
Yeah, there's some, they've recreated the entire, they've put objects in the dining car and food, and it really gives you a feel for going back. And there are a lot of exhibits where there's a dark ride where you could travel in the train, and
Sacramento Rail Museum, I don't know if they still have it, they used to. They had a sleeping car that you'd get on and it would rock gently and you'd have flashes outside the windows.
This had one of the exhibits was letting you drive a train. Supposedly, it was one of the dark rides, but it was really amazing.
What era train was it? Was it like a steam locomotive? I don't know how anyone.
Yeah, it was a
control
virtual
those.
train. You kind of go into the station, and they have a wonderful video which you can see online. I'll have to find the link and post it. Even in 2D, it's wonderful. But yeah, you go in and they select of your group that goes into this train car that moves and vibrates. One of you is working the dead man's switch on the train. The other is controlling the speed, and of course it goes out of control, and you're not really in control of anything. But
Right.
it was wonderful. Plus, I don't want to talk too much about it because I will do some show on it, but they didn't shy away from the darker side of railroad history. They had a baggage car on a side rail that was used to transport people to the concentration camps, and they had a whole series on that. I did some black and white photo series on that. That was really impactful.
Well, I hope you have put together that show.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Bob.
Sure.
Melinda, this next one is yours. We'll call it Marina Sunset.
Yeah, so same sunset as the last one. Just turn around 180 degrees. This is the actual sunset itself. Was also quite spectacular. You can kind of also see how it was causing some of the lighting difficulties for me with the other one, because the you can see that there's the in the foreground there's a bunch of clouds, so that's the breaking up of the fog that's coming pretty much directly toward the camera here, and so when it blocks the sun or releases the sun, then in the other direction it'll change the lighting pretty considerably.
Also, I was going to ask, in your previous shot, how fast the clouds were moving and if that changed the position a lot. It seemed like those other clouds were a lot closer than they would normally be.
Yeah, they were moving pretty quick. So that's why I was, well, one of the reasons I was running around so much. I was also trying to get the rainbows, which were constantly shifting. But and these clouds are moving very quickly too, although I just realized they couldn't be coming straight toward the camera. They must be going to the left in order to get the stereo effect.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like how you can, in 3D, you can see that there's kind of like two distinct sets of clouds that are creating the image. In this case, there's the foreground clouds, which are kind of in a plane, and then in the background, there's this this big sort of wall of cloud. I don't even know what that formation is exactly, but it makes a completely solid backdrop.
It's interesting. The movement makes for a very dynamic shot. That bird-shaped cloud in the very center at the bottom looks to be in a strange place position-wise.
Yeah, it looks like it's some of the
and the
fog
group next to it kind of pseudo a little bit.
Yeah, it should be further back, but it's sticking in front of the horizon.
Yeah, and that's the leading edge of the fog that's blowing over the hill there. and that's what creates all that fog in the Richmond,
Mhm.
that ridge. That's the Presidio. But yeah, there's a bunch of clouds that are certainly in front of foreground objects, but I didn't worry about that too
Yeah,
much.
it doesn't
No,
matter that
the
much.
clouds in
It's
the upper part of the scene are wonderful, very dynamic, and it's great that they didn't. Oftentimes, when they're moving fast, they tend to break up between your two exposures, so you don't get a nice clean cloud. You got some nice ones there.
Thanks. Yeah, I was shooting about as fast as I could.
I think what matters is you capture the structure of these clouds and the way the light is interacting with them. To me, it doesn't really matter how accurately these clouds are rendered. Spectacular. Thank you, Melinda.
Thank you.
Phyllis, from you, we have mechanical spider web.
Looks a lot like what Bob's got behind his head.
Yeah, I feel like we've seen
I
this
should
before.
take mine down here.
Yeah, the same Museum of Illusions. I just was fascinated with it. I did probably way too many pictures of it, but I liked the little red thing in there. Not quite sure what it was, but
I think
It's an exit
sign.
oh yeah, so it is. So it must be from downstairs.
See you can find your way out of
Oh yeah,
that maze, right?
I could easily get lost in there.
I'd love to see one of these.
It's pretty cool.
I've seen several stereo photos, but it must be something in real life.
Yeah, you kind of can feel like you could walk around inside of it and climb around, because couldn't walk much, but
Yeah,
I
I
always find
upload.
these things
Yeah.
fascinating.
Now, Melinda, I think you've experimented with these kind of like mirrored chambers for reflective effects. Am I getting that right?
Yeah, I made a simple box out of mirrors facing in.
Yeah, I think
And
it's the same principle as this.
yeah, yeah, very much, because I remember I had blue tape around the edges, and that was leaking in some blue light that made lines kind of like this, but in a cubic pattern. But yeah, you could easily do the same thing with hexagons like this, or pretty much any kind of shape you want. Just make it completely closed, but leave a little gap or holes for the camera. And then either light the edges electronically, or leave some transparent material like my tape, and do it in sunlight, so you'll get quite enough light to make the effect.
I think you were just, ahead of the curve when you did that, because you made that experiment before we started seeing this this artwork, I believe. I think it was a couple years ago.
Yeah, that's possible, or maybe it was around the same time. I mean, lots of times things just kind of get invented by multiple people all at the same time.
It does happen, yeah.
This
Sometimes
was interesting because you could see at one point somebody was on the bottom below this thing, clearing, wiping off the mirror surface or something, and I could actually see somebody working down there. And then they disappeared. But so I don't know what size the box is, but it was big enough for someone to walk. I could see them go down the stairs and then underneath it.
I just put that shot in my background that shows that same illusion with a girl. I've shown this before, but this
Oh,
is
yeah.
slightly reworked. So you can get an idea of the size.
Yeah.
I'll get out of the shot here.
Yeah, your background is more interesting right now. I recall that, yeah. It seems like such a simple construction, but it creates such an infinite illusion.
Well, I think that the sort of key thing here is that the mirrors are semi-transparent, so that's how you can get a crowd of people around it, and they can all look inside and see this effect from all directions at once.
Must be, yeah.
Which also made for reflections that you didn't really want.
Right, but most of the light is on the inside, so as long as you keep the room dark, it'll have a strong effect. But like you point out, the exit sign there is gonna show up. There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, I guess if there are external lights, that's gonna be tough. Well, thank you, Phyllis. Oleg, we have one more from you tonight. It is primary colors at the College of Marin's disposal site.
Yeah, I like the first one where I had to make it black and white. This one I really like the colors. They sort of make the picture.
Agree.
You have that pure red, green, blue thing going on in the foreground. That's nice.
In blue sky.
Right.
That lasted about 10 minutes and then disappeared.
Yeah, waited for you. You've got the blue in the sky, the blue in the shed. You have the green in the trees and the green on the asphalt and the weeds. It all ties together. It's a very unique view. I doubt, Oleg, anyone else had stopped and considered this viewpoint at their disposal site.
There's a lot to see there, actually, in different lighting conditions.
Yeah, I really like the diagonal shadow that you have across that blue shed offset from this big storage container.
Like the screen on the ground.
Oh, yeah. I thought that was a shadow when I first saw it, but you're right.
I just realized that the right-hand edge of the container is doing exactly the same thing as that hole in that greenhouse picture. So like the top of the container is at the stereo window, and the bottom of the container is back a little bit.
Oh.
Huh.
Just a
You're
little
gonna have
bit.
to. Again, it would be easy. My eyes aren't good enough to see stuff like that.
It's nothing to worry about. I wouldn't even try anything if I were you. It's just interesting.
It's lovely. Thank you, Oleg. Here's one by me. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. I'm not very happy with it. I thought this held promise. The title is Women's West Side Improvement Club Gather, Gab, and Garden. I took this with my X-Reel Beam Pro because it's the camera that I had. I think the color is terrible. I think the blowouts on the woman's white shirt are unacceptable. I think it's a highly overrated camera, but, you know, it's what we've got. And that's all I have to say.
Again, you can do a lot with that. I forget the name of the tool, but the blowouts, white.
The highlight tool.
Yeah.
I did bring the highlights way down in this one,
It
but
still
there's
did
just
not work, huh? Usually it does a pretty
case,
good job.
yeah, there's just not enough. It just didn't preserve the information. I think the camera sensor got blown out.
I'm viewing this in monochrome, and it works very nicely. Has almost an infrared effect.
Oh, I could try that. I wanted it to work, but maybe I'll try that, but I'm not sure if it's salvageable. So let's move on to Bob's Park at Your Own Risk.
I shouldn't laugh. I just had that happen to my house Saturday.
Oh,
I had a
dear.
windstorm and 2 trees came down on it.
Wow. 2 trees?
Yeah, 80 feet of 2 trees came
boy.
down.
Wasn't the fault of the beaver family, was it?
No,
Good.
it's the wind.
Didn't mean to blame them. This was taken at our favorite excursion during 3D Con to Hot Sam's Antiques and Photo Park. And we'll definitely be doing a show on that.
In Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just outside.
Outside of Minneapolis.
Like 10,000 likes?
Now this was in, I want to say Bloomfield. What is it? What was the name of the town? It was about a 30-minute drive from the conference site in Minneapolis.
I was just reading that off the license plate.
Oh, it's an amazing 10-acre spread that
In Lakeville,
Lakeville, thank you.
Minnesota.
And Jake and Kathy been together for 40 years, and he's put this place together through finding old cars and roadside attractions and putting them together in wonderful ways. And it's just an amazing place. We knew we had found our people.
Yeah, we went back a second time.
Yeah, ended up bailing on the second excursion and took Phyllis and Bob Venezia back with me, and we had a great day.
Yes, it was one of the best.
That's your prerogative at an excursion.
Well, we didn't have enough time. They had like 3 hours there, and we could have spent 3 weeks, but you can partially see, I've blurred the background a little bit, but that's part of the creepy doll fence, which is a whole other area.
I almost put one of those in, but I thought you probably were going to, so I didn't.
We'll have to coordinate next time. But this was there's a sign that you don't see in the shot that says "Park at Your Own Risk." It's actually leaning up against the missing door in the front of the car.
So let me get this right. Is this a completely constructed scene?
This is an installation.
So
Yeah.
somebody put the car there. It was probably
He put the car
smashed up
there,
like
and then
that.
I think he cut the tree to fall on the car.
Oh, that's
I've seen a lot of.
dedication.
I'm a real fan of roadside attractions, and most of them are kind of cheesy and not a lot of effort or thought goes into the way that the scenes are constructed. He did just such a fantastic job. You'll see many more of these.
I totally believed
A
it was
work of
natural.
love, the whole park.
Yeah,
It's 15 acres.
I thought
I
this
think
was
10.
some
Seems like
relic
15.
that Bob found in the woods or something.
Yeah, right.
I didn't notice the doll heads. That would have been a giveaway if he hadn't blurred that background a bit. And
Yeah,
he
he's
got it
got
at a great angle.
everything. He has an Area 51 with a flying saucer suspended from a tree, and aliens and circus wagons.
It's unbelievable.
I guess we'll be seeing more of this.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, you
Of this
will.
place.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it. Thanks, Bob.
Sure.
And
I'm gonna
that's
have
our
to
slideshow, but
bail
we're not
before
done.
the end here.
So, first of all, thank you, Jay, and thank you, Roberto, for the links in the chat regarding the loom pad, the slider, and the quick release. Let's, if you can, please participate in our poll. I know we're running a little bit late, but if you can stick around another 5, maybe 10 minutes, we'd love to see our reaction to the slideshow. I'm going to go through the slideshow again pretty quickly. I'll name the title and the maker, and you can make your selections at any time. You can use your phone, your tablet, or your computer. You can either go to that link or use the QR code, and I'll show this information at the end of the slideshow run through too. Let me go through these real quick. That's our welcome title, and this is not part of the competition, but we will start with Good Boy by Jay, Banana Man by Melinda, Algae by Ed, Alien in Residence by Phyllis, Beth Hyliel Booth During the Solano Stroll Grayscale by Oleg, Katrina by Roberto, Ferrari Monza SP2 by Matt, Boats Windmills by Bob, Kinetic in Port Authority by Jay, Last Rays on Almonte by Melinda, Spider by Ed, Bodywork by Phyllis, Gate into the College of Marin's Demonstration Garden by Oleg, Ofrenda by Roberto, Presidio Drive-By by Matt, Chihuli Carousel by Bob, Pigeon Lady by Jay, Marina Sunset Double Rainbow by Melinda, Is This Really an Illusion? By Phyllis. Interior of College of Marin's Demonstration Greenhouse by Oleg. Pegaso by Roberto. Street Rubble by Matt. We'll call this Mouse Nose by Bob, because I can't pronounce the actual title. Marina Sunset by Melinda. Mechanical Spider Web by Phyllis. Primary Colors at the College of Marin's Disposal Site by Oleg. Women's Westside Improvement Club Gather, Gab, and Garden by Matt. And Park at Your Own Risk by Bob. And that's our slideshow for tonight. If you're following along on YouTube or Twitch, it'll catch up in just a minute. So let's go ahead and make our selections. I'll give us a minute or two, and then I'll show the results. And while we're waiting, I will state that our next meeting is next week, November 11th. And the subject, the special subject, is action. While we're making our selections, does anyone have anything they would like to announce or share? It's been a long night.
Yeah, that's a lot of images.
Yeah, it's a good problem to have. 29 photos tonight. I love it. I hope this group doesn't mind staying up a little bit late. It is past my bedtime, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Does anyone need more time? Let's take a look at these results. I'll share my screen. Here we go. I think we can all see the results. We will call a three-way tie between Bob's Boats, Windmills, Oleg's Primary Colors at the College of Marin's Disposal Site, and Bob's Park at Your Own Risk. Well done. And we'll call Melinda's Marina Sunset Double Rainbow the second place title tonight. I am working on a ranked choice voting solution for our polls to make our results a little bit more fair and a little bit more interesting. I hope to have an update about that in December. But I think we had some clear favorites here. Thank you, everyone, for your participation tonight and for participating in the poll.
All right.
Thank you all. Thanks for staying late. We're only half an hour late, so let's call it. And Great slideshow tonight. Thank you, everyone. I will see everyone next week. Have a good one.
All right.
Good night.
See you.
You know.
See ya.